So we got another build video for you guys here today in 2K26, man. And as you can see from the title, as you can see from the thumbnail of this video, we got a Kevin Love, more of like a Timberwolves K Love, kind of like his prime, where he was just an offensive monster and not, the sidekick to LeBron in Cleveland. But yeah, so more so, the Timberwolves, young K Love build for you guys here today. And yeah, I feel like it's going to be great. That's why he is a 6'10" power forward on this version. And that's just because I kind of went based on, that version of him. And we did get the shades of, even though I just stopped caring about necessarily getting the shades of for some of these players. Obviously, if you guys request a build and request it to have like the shades of that player as well, I would definitely try to and see if it's possible. But if it's not possible, or if it's just like way too difficult to get because it's very, very specific, then I'm just not going to worry about it. But we do have the K Love build. A buddy of mine asked me to help make him a Kevin Love type build. And I said, why not? I got bored and I decided to whip this up. And this is what I came up with. So this build I feel like is very, very good. It's really awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at this particular build here. And this build is pretty solid. Obviously, for this particular build, though, for our finishing stats that we do have, we have a 94 close shot, 75 driving layup, a 60 driving dunk with a 75 standing dunk, and a 94 post control. Man, we got all kinds of close shot, inside scoring, post control shenanigans. And as we can see from all of our badges here, we have float game on Hall of Fame, hook specialist in the Hall of Fame. We got paint prodigy on gold, and you can even use cap breakers, get paint prodigy upgraded all the way to like obviously to pretty much legend, I believe. So if you wanted to, you could probably get to a 99 just to get that float game on legend. You can, get, especially if you have enough cap breakers to utilize and you really wanted to, hook specialist to legend, paint prodigy to legend, get all three of those legend if you wanted to. It's not really 100% necessary though, especially with the +1s and the +2s and all that stuff. You can easily do it with a freebie one, but obviously that's not neither here nor there. But we do have the driving layup, which does give us layup mix master on bronze, physical finisher on bronze as well, because we do have a 75. So just good enough for us to be able to get some driving layups going. Nothing really too crazy in terms of the driving dunk though, but we do have area wizard on silver because of our standing dunk. So we could ultimately, catch some lobs, especially get some lob layups and also some standing dunk lobs as well. And we also have rise up on bronze just in case we get that open look on the inside, get those standing dunk animations a little bit better. So there's that. And then the post control obviously giving us hook specialist on Hall of Fame, post fade phenom on Hall of Fame, gold post powerhouse, gold post up poet, and also silver unblockable. So we're going to be very, very nice with the post control here, with a lot of opportunities of getting, even more badges. So like for an example, you use 2 cap breakers on post control, get to a 96 post control to get gold unpluckable. You can easily use a max +2 on unpluckable, get that on legend. It would be absolutely insane to get legend unpluckable as a big man, so you're never getting ripped and people are going to be very confused. That obviously you do have the post fade phenom, which you can ultimately get to legend using a max +1. You have post powerhouse that you can get by upgrading and using caps on your strength, or just using, max +2 and getting that on legend. That would be insane. And then post up poet as well, getting that +1 on post control to get that to Hall of Fame, and then use a max +1 on the badge to get that on legend. Pretty overpowered. But then obviously we know that K Love is really, really good at shooting. He's a pretty decent, stretch big. So that's why we have a 92 mid range and an 89 3-point rating as well, getting that silver limitless range from that 3-point rating. But ultimately we do have that post fade phenom on Hall of Fame as well, Deadeye on gold, set shot on gold, as well as shifty shooter on gold. And then, as I already mentioned, the silver limitless range. No mini marksman because you have to be 6'3" or shorter in order to get it. So that's just kind of a bummer. But hey, we do have some really, really good shooting for bigs especially. And it is kind of annoying, but obviously if you really wanted to, you can drop down to a 6'10" wingspan. And if you go down to 6'10" on the wingspan, just to get that minimum wingspan going, you could ultimately get to a 90+ 3-point rating, get that deep bomber takeover ability. So that's also a possibility that you can utilize. But you also have a 94 free throw, pretty good stuff there. Our playmaking attributes, though, obviously is not really great with the ball handling or the speed with ball or anything like that. But we did give him a 50 as well as a 35 speed with ball. But we ultimately did give him an 82 pass accuracy for the sake of that gold dimer because he is an underrated passer for a four. Pretty much, he is pretty much underrated because he's mostly known for his ability to grab rebounds, space the floor out, and shoot threes. My throat is absolutely killing me. I don't know why. Um, but yeah, so but yeah, ultimately, the 82 pass accuracy is really, really good. Versatile visionary on silver, break starter on silver, gold dimer, really, really solid. Ultimately, you could use some cap breakers to get bailout as well. Not 100% necessary, but you ultimately can also get versatile visionary on gold as well if you get to an 84. 85 obviously for bailout and all that stuff. So that would be pretty solid. Bailout, you're not able to get unless you use the cap breakers. All this stuff you're not able to get. I mean, you could ultimately get strong handle if the cap breakers really allow it. I'm not sure if the cap breakers will allow you to get up to a 60, especially out of 50, but you could. But you cannot get ankle assassin or handles for days. But we do have the unpluckable, as we mentioned earlier, because of our post control. And then speed of ball, yeah, good luck getting lightning launcher, not able to get lightning launch. So those are pretty much all the badges that you cannot get necessarily for playmaking. Defense, we got some pretty decent defense here. The 85 interior defense, obviously you would just need a few caps to get to an 88 to get that post lock on gold, which isn't, too bad there. But we do have paint patroller on bronze, off ball pest on gold. Pretty good stuff there. And then we have only a 36 perimeter and a 40 steal. We are not guarding that perimeter whatsoever. And we're not, ripping anybody at all whatsoever. But we do have off ball pest, so there you go. And that's about it. So it's like we're not able to get challenger or on ball menace. You're not able to get that at all. Not able to get immovable enforcer. Not able to get pick dodger. Not able to get glove or interceptor. But we do have a 74 block. He's not necessarily known for his block rating, but obviously we give him a high enough block to get that paint patroller on bronze. We also have high flying denier as well. So at least you have those two badges there on bronze. Now he is really good at rebounding, so we gave him an 85 offensive and an 85 defensive rebound, just so that, we have that boxed out beast on gold. Silver rebound chaser as well. We're able to utilize some really good attributes here for that. So 85, I feel like he's pretty good, especially for him at a power forward position. Must be nice. Now for the physicals, he's not very, very quick and he's not very agile, but we did give him a 65 speed with a 50 agility. So the 50 agility is nothing like really too crazy, but the speed, however, is actually, pretty solid, especially if you can still manage to get a decent motion style and everything. So that would be pretty solid. But you have the 65 speed, the 50 agility here. You have a 91 strength, and the strength gives you that brick wall on gold. You have post lock on silver, gold post powerhouse, bronze physical finisher. You don't have strong handle or movable enforcer, unfortunately. So yeah, so those two that you could potentially get if the cap breakers, or at least like one of them, the strong handle, you could potentially get the cap breakers allow you to, but ultimately not necessarily for movable enforcer unless the cap breakers really give you a significant boost, which I don't think would be the case necessarily, but hey, you never know. You never know. But ultimately, those are the badges that you cannot get, those two in particular, but everything else you have pretty much out the gate. And then vertical being a 70, we have high flying denier on bronze, rise up on bronze, pogo stick on silver. And then we don't have posterizer because we don't have the driving dunk. But yeah, imagine a lot of cool, crazy things with this build because I think it's pretty solid of a build, man. And if we take a look, we have 0203 Dirk, we have 9192 Larry Bird, as well as the 1011 Kevin Love from the Timberwolves. So we did get that Kevin Love eventually there, and it's a physical two-way 3-level crasher. Makes a lot of sense to me for that particular K-Love, man. And also it's like physical because he's got a lot of strength, because he plays a lot in the post. He's a two-way because he's able to pretty much defend at a high rate, especially like on the inside. 3-level crasher, or like the 3-level portion of it, because obviously he can score on the inside, he can score in the mid-range, and he can score on the 3-point line. And then crasher because he can get some really good rebounds. But obviously we do have the go-to badges: float game on Hall of Fame, hook specialist, and post-play phenom, all, inside scoring slash post control related stuff. But our top attributes are obviously close shot, post control, and free throw. And our strengths: knockdown mid-range shooter, plays with physicality, stretches the floor effectively, constant presence on offensive boards. But the weaknesses: not explosive around the rim, gets torched when switched out high. Those are the main weaknesses of the build. But if we go ahead and go to test build, you guys can see all the animations that it gives us out of the gate here, where it practically gives us Jason Tatum passed out. That is fucking disgusting. I don't ever want to see that shit on my screen ever again. It's literally just like looking at, like, it's almost like somebody came into my room with a hand full of their own shit and they smeared it on my screen. I never want to see that ever again. But we do have the Larry Bird jump shot, which isn't really the greatest, but I mean, we have Larry Bird jump shot. It's eventually going to get changed anyway to a better one. Dirk free throw, Julius Randle go to, with Pascal Siakam's dribble pull up, with Dirk's spin jumper, Randle's hop jumper. It's kind of crazy. Then we also have Jaren Jackson Jr. on normal layups, with Zion's reverse and Triple J's floater, Julius Randle's Euro. Like, it's so crazy. Then the layup hop step is Randle. The layup spin is Triple J, with the post fade being Dirk, obviously. The post hop jumper being Dirk. The post go to being Anthony Edwards. And then look at that. The motion style is Kevin Love. They gave us Kevin Love. They actually gave us something related to Kevin Love on the Kevin Love build. Imagine that. But they did give us the motion style for Kevin Love out of the gate. Kind of insane that they did that. I was not expecting that at all. But these are pretty much all the animations that you get out of the gate. You have like some interesting options here. I mean, with the Dirk stuff, Triple J, Julius Randle, all kinds of stuff there. And then, a piece of shit that's over there in the playmaking move section, and it's disgusting to look at. But I'm gonna end this video before I throw up from looking at it. So thank you guys so much for stopping by this video. If you guys liked it, make sure to leave a like, comment your feedback in the comment section down below. And if you guys have any specific build requests, make sure to leave them down in the comment section down below, and I'll get to them. And if you guys become a member, you guys get pretty much access, obviously, like this first week, pretty much during this early access phase of the game being out. Everybody gets to eat for free, but obviously starting on Friday, when the official release for the game drops, I will start putting up my videos for members first. So if you guys spend $5 to become a Hall of Famer and joining my channel, you guys will be able to see videos early, and you guys will be able to get priority on build requests. And any builds that get requested by members will become members only videos. So nobody will be able to see those videos unless you become a member. So anyway, that's going to be it for me. Hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Later, everybody.